working on right now is we've got new hardware in conjunction with Namco, the new Pac-Man 2600 edition. We also announced Bubsy while we were here, which ended up becoming, I think, the second most trending game on Twitter after it announced, behind Lego Batman, but ahead of, which is great to see. I hope if meme culture can translate to game sales, we'll be in good shape. We've got some new stuff to talk about with the Mortal Kombat collection, and Night Dive premiered a new game with Outlaws, their Outlaws remaster. Yeah, so I'm sure we've got some other cool stuff. We've got Adventure of Samsara coming out shortly, and man, we've always got a few things going on. So if I missed anything, apologies to my team members. Behind me?
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
lovely.
So,
show us the.
So we've got the main event, which is the Pac-Man Atari 2600. We've got probably, I don't know who came up with this piece, but this was the most clever piece, which is all the individual Ghost joysticks. So you have not only the Pac-Man joystick, but the Ghost joysticks and the Ghosts on the top. You've got the collector's edition, which includes Galaga, Xevious, Dig Dug, and then the Pac-Man double feature, for anybody who's curious, is the original 2600 Pac-Man, but also a port of classic Pac-Man, which is actually running as a 7800 game. So it's got multiple. So if you want the, dare I say, infamous Pac-Man from the 2600, you got it. But if you want a little bit more arcade accurate version, you've got that as well. And what else? I'm sure we've got all the individual carts, and so it's an update of our 2600 Plus console, which we released 2 years ago. That was, we were hoping to be successful, and it exceeded our expectations pretty dramatically. It answered the decades-old question of, I've got all these old Atari carts in my attic, what am I supposed to do with them? To which I would tell people, well, you can buy a CRT television, or you can get an RF, and then, people's eyes glaze over, and they didn't want anything to do with that. So the idea was, how do we make it really easy to access the classic material, but then also release new games, such as Tiger Heli for the 7800, which got a 90, I think 93, a 90-something in Retro Gamer the other month. So I was really happy to see that amazing port of Tiger Heli done in conjunction with our partners at Play on this platform. And so, yeah, it plays all the classic carts for the 2600 and the 7800, as well as a lot of new games and carts that we are releasing all the time. So, yeah. Set HDMI out. It just makes it a lot easier. Also, wireless joysticks. That's a nice, So it be, for anybody who's tried to play an Atari, or I have a modified 7800 that with composite output that I used forever on my PMD, and the cords and the cables, I think, are the thing that make it the most. You could never put it above your television because you'd always have cords coming down. Yeah. So now, the 2600 controllers, we also have 7800 controllers, the European, the PAL versions, which are actually the joystick. They kind of look like a Nintendo controller. All of those Bluetooth. So, it's just the approachability. It works in classic hardware though, so you could take even the wireless controllers. Certainly our connected controllers and use them in classic hardware. So it's an amazing piece of hardware, and we're really thrilled with it. We're really thrilled with how Pac-Man's doing as well. There should be a Dig Dug version, right? How cool would it be to swap out faceplates right here too?
It's coming.
All right, let me chew on that. That's a good idea. Dig Dug would be great. I think Galaga gets a lot of love. In fact, Galaga is the one that always surprises me by how many people. In fact, Mike Micah from the Digital Eclipse studio, who heads up that and is the chief creative here, it's his favorite game, and I think I've yet to see anybody do better at that game than him. So, if Mike likes it, that always is a big stamp of approval over here. But this will probably, we're just going to continue to build out the hardware. Our view on hardware is that even though these are older systems, they're not legacy systems. They're not this dead hardware. People are still making games for these all the time. I mean, we release brand new games that have never missed a run and jump when we released the 2600 Plus that have never been in the world. I mean, the people enjoy developing and creating art for these classic pieces of hardware, and I think that was the idea. Why treat these like a dead ecosystem when they're not? They're really vibrant. Atari Age is probably the best example of that, but there's a lot of other sources as well. And so, yeah, it's a mix of the classics, but we're also putting out brand new games for the console. So, I mean, obviously the Pac-Man double feature, but we will be putting out new IP. Sometimes when we release a new game, we'll even do a retro demade version of it that is paired with a 2600 release or a 7800 release. And we're just, for us, we treat these systems like they're living ecosystems, and we're going to continue to support them. We'll have some other pretty fun, cool things to show in the years to come as well. So this isn't the last like trick we've got up our sleeve or card we've got up our sleeve.